4, I think.
Yeah, Kristen watched with me.
We of RHONJ Season 1.
Yeah. So now the book comes to light. Jacqueline says to Danielle, the book is saying
cop it out a badge, baby. Cop it out a badge.
That you kidnapped, that you did this, that you did that, that you did this. You know, somebody was pistol whipped, all this kind of stuff. Danielle in the beginning was kind of denying it. And then you see her sitting across the table from some guy saying, I was a young girl. That was my boyfriend. He was involved in these things. I was young. I'm a mother now. Why are they doing this to me? And here's what I think is ironic. And then I'll go back to what I think about what they did to Danielle.
And then I have something to say.
So Dina and Caroline are telling Teresa, how could you be friends with her? How can you trust her? Blah, beep, 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 beep. Teresa's like, I didn't mean it. She just comes on so strong. She was so nice. I won't be friends with her anymore. And I'm saying, isn't that kind of the pot calling the kettle black, knowing what we know about Caroline's father-in-law? Like, I don't want to bring it up. I don't like bringing these things up. But when I watch things like this.
What do you mean Caroline's father-in-law?
Well, he was stuffed in a trunk with his genitals cut off and put in his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like reporting this stuff. I happen to like the Manzos. We go way back with them. But again, no one's out of my crosshairs either. I'm watching this show. And this girl, Danielle, whatever her name was Beverly, her this and that. Shut up. It's 30, 40 years later, 20 years later. And she's 2 kids.
Now you're breaking up a little bit. Yes, you are. You're breaking up a little bit.
In a nice home. She's a good, Sheree.
What'd you say? You're good now. You were saying something about 2 kids. Oh, you're breaking up again, girl.
Danielle, this was, oh God, why?
I don't know. Now you don't seem to be.
Now?
No, you're good now.
Okay. So this happened 20 years before. It was Danielle's boyfriend, who was basically kind of a cartel guy. Danielle couldn't really talk about this stuff. Okay. So she couldn't sit there and admit to the whole thing. She's scared because she was a 20-something-year-old girl involved with the wrong person. Okay. She did some wrong things. This is 20 years later. She's a mother of 2. Now they want to pick on her and say what she did, what she didn't do. You shouldn't be around her. You should be afraid. Stop it. They bullied her. They really bullied this girl. And these were not nuns coming from a nunnery or people that were semi-clean. And these are people that had a little bit of shadiness going, a little bit. I don't know how much. Like, where do you get off terrorizing this girl like this? I don't like it. The more I watch it, I don't like what they did to her. I really don't.
Are you going to go up? Are you going to go up to your pink room soon?
Well, I'm going to do the video from the pink room. Why?
Because, I mean, let's just hope that you are just breaking up and coming back in and just doing all sorts of things here.
Do you want me to go up now? I mean, we're almost done.
Stay there. I think you're okay. You're saying you don't like that she was bullied, but listen, this is why I originally liked Danielle. I still like her. I always go for the underdog. I get it. I get it. Listen, I don't have a warm and fuzzy feeling towards Dina. I don't really know Dina.
Neither do I.
Like the others. I've met her once or twice. I didn't get such a warm, fuzzy feeling from her.
Right.
Danielle is kind of like the first, you know how now we say it's all coming out, guys, and if you have anything to hide, Fuda with the tile, that's out.
Yes.
Like Danielle was like ahead of her time in the sense that here she is, she signs up for this show, right? I'm sure no one in the production or Bravo says, girl, we've done some homework and this is what's going to come out. But somebody found this and brought it out. Danielle is the first one of like whatever you've done in your past is coming to the light of day when you sign up for your $60,000. I know that's a lot, but like I'm saying, it's not a lot compared to what you do. It becomes millions of dollars if you stay. But for that, you sign your soul away. She's the first one that signed up to like, here it is. And can you imagine, Danielle? You sign up, you need the money. Sorry, girl.
Yeah.
She needed
it. She did.
She needed it. And it was probably $45,000 back then. And here she is. She's starting her new life. And the next thing you know, someone throws a book down on a table that you're a fucking prostitute. You were involved in cartel. You suck 35 dicks. I'm sorry, you don't like that type of talk.
I know, but that's okay.
Beverly. You were arrested. Hey, we got sex tapes. You did this.
The sex tapes came after. She did the sex tapes after.
Kim D is telling everyone on a past Patreon that you have your vagina pierced. I mean,
well, she did. She was very proud of that.
Could you imagine though? You're sitting there and you're like, let us tell you all about your past. And this is Housewives 18 seasons later. Danielle was the first. She was the first. I don't think anything really came out big like this with Atlanta, where you had some past before. You know, we didn't have many franchises on the air. I think Danielle really was the first exposed.
It was a big exposed.
Take it on the chin, girl. I've always said this. I have a soft spot for Danielle Staub. She's never been anything but sweet to me.
I feel bad for her now. Like watching it, I do feel bad. I don't want any issues with Danielle. I really don't. But so now,
do you maybe regret anything you did at any of the
reunions? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything to her. It was all in her head.
I
didn't do anything to her. She kept thinking that I set her up at my fashion show. I had no idea that this was going to happen at my fashion show. I was just as shocked as she was. My mother was there, was at her country club. I would never do that. So, you know, and she said on the reunion stage, goes, were you really my friend? Yes, Danielle, I was really your friend. Like, yes, you're the one who flipped out on me. I didn't flip out on you.
First of all, yes, that is the problem. It all happens in her head. And I'm sure she can't help that. But that's the problem. It's the same with treating the wait staff like she does. It's you're just like, you know, look, there are a lot of people against you. So I understand why your mind thinks like this, but she takes it to people that are not against her. And I don't mean that. I'm not criticizing her. I'm just like, Danielle, girl, we don't not like you. We like you.
I do. Yeah. I got no issues with Danielle. I really
don't.
So
now that you're watching, you're feeling a little bad for this Danielle. I know. Yep. I know.
Yeah. But, you know, I'll tell you what she did do that I didn't like. When she's dancing with Joe Giudice, and he says, and I'm going to use the word, he said, because he's an old-fashioned Italian, I know Joe, and he didn't mean anything by it. He said, this is gay. It wasn't a slur, David. It was not a slur. I know Joe, okay? This is the way Italians talk, okay? Because he felt funny, like doing the Moroccan dance or whatever they were doing, because they're all macho. You know what I'm saying? And she went on a tangent about it. And then Joe says, she kept going on, and Joe's like, stop, like whatever. And she goes, don't talk to me like that. I'm not your wife. Now, that was a direct thing to Teresa. That was disrespectful to Teresa. So that's when Teresa and her started beefing. And she tried calling Teresa, and Teresa hung up on her. I would be just as mad. So see what she does wrong? See what she does? She carries on. Her head flips around like the Exorcist. She disrespected Teresa, and that's what got that ball rolling.
I mean, and then Teresa sees fucking red.
That's right. So that's what happened on that episode. And so that's what happened between Teresa and Danielle. That's when Teresa flipped on her. And Teresa had every right. She did disrespect Teresa.
Anything else with Kim G?
I think